Hey, it worked. Dope. Okay, cool. Did it play twice?
I don't think it did. Nope, only for me.
Oh, okay.
I think it worked fine. I think we're good.
All right. Okay, cool. I was like freaking out there. New to this. What's up, everybody? My name is Copacetic. Welcome to the recap for Academy. I'm here with the homie Ghast Buff. What's
That's
up, man?
good. How you doing?
What's up, my G? Yes, you know that this is the content channel for r/rap battles, the largest forum in the on the internet for battle rap culture. It's the official subreddit of the international culture of battle rap. Find us on Reddit, Twitter, Instagram, and on the official Discord servers in the links below. It's all official. It's the only place for fans to go for battle rap news from around the globe. Let's jump in. Last weekend was a big weekend for battle rap. We had events from feels like a lot of major leagues. Well, a few major leagues going on, including Premier Battles, who have been just firing off events lately. And their most recent one is a development league type scenario called the Academy, where it got a bunch of tryouts and a bunch of new faces and try and sort of integrate them into teams and then play. It's really cool system for development. And the homie Ghast Buff, he was a part of it. This was on Saturday. Am I wrong?
That's right. It was on Saturday. It was Academy's been running for 5 years now. This is the fifth Academy. Yeah, I know, right? And the first one was a huge deal. It was kind of one of the things that helped to kick off Premier Battles, is my understanding. And it's been a really big success. Like pretty much every year. The last 2 years were a bit of a stumbles, obviously, with everything. Like we had a couple of online qualifiers instead of in person, and last year was a bit rough with kind of with all of the UK scene being in a slump. But that kind of really lit a fire under the UK scene as a whole, and ever since we've been back to in-person events, it's been incredible, and a lot of that fire translated into this weekend. It was astonishing.
Sick. I mean, you got how many battles in like
15 battles in less than 5 hours.
That was a lot. So really impressive, really cool stuff. Ghast, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Where are you from? Where's your because the UK and Ireland is it's like there's a whole lot going on there, and for most North Americans, I think it's all sort of one thing. But where are you from in particular?
I'm from Peterborough originally, which is like a little terrible town just north of Cambridge. Not particularly.
I don't really know where that is.
Central. Exactly. Not many people do. It's like Mark Grist, like one of our original OGs, is a Peterborough native of all people.
Look at that.
So, yeah.
Cool. Okay. So you're in like the more southern, more like London-ish area, or are you sort of up in the?
Like people can't really decide if we're north or south. To be honest, we're kind of just there. We're like right on the edge of the boat.
Amazing. Okay. Very dope. So then, not a big trip for you. It was Manchester, right?
Yeah. Like I'm currently living in Bristol, which is like the other end of the country, but Peterborough is where I've cut my teeth. So
right. So Peterborough is where you rep. But Absolutely. You're in Bristol, Bristol's much closer to Matt. I have no idea.
No, further if anything. But no,
okay.
It's been great. It's like Premier have like treated me like a second family. I'm actually reasonably new to battle rap, funnily enough.
This was your first battle, right?
Yeah, this was my debut.
Amazing.
I got into battle rap, I want to say about 2018. I think what happened is I kind of stumbled across the Sharon clip we're in the high school where.
Oh yeah.
And I kind of fell down the rabbit hole from there. Like I think the Soul versus Shock's title match had just dropped around that time, and that kind of led me down the rabbit hole.
Amazing.
Kind of missed a lot of it because I was doing a lot of stuff, and then obviously with the lockdown happening, started watching all the old clips, and as soon as I found out the Prem was running events again, just started actually going to them last August, and that was me hooked. So
just in it, and then eventually you're just like, I could do this, or you see people that suck, and you're like. Man, I could beat all these guys.
Yeah, it's kind of funny the way that I got involved with it, because I knew that they were going to run the Academy last year. And Academy last year, like I said, wasn't the best tournament. Like it was kind of split into 2 blocks, and a block kind of didn't happen.
Wow.
It was kind of plagued with dropouts and people flaking. Like the The qualifiers are on the Premier's Battle Patreon, and it's absolutely worth the £3.50 because it's just full of people like reading their lines off a screen and wearing sunglasses to hide the fact. Or people having 8 weeks of prep and trying to freestyle a video battle and still choking. It's astonishing. It's some absolutely gold dust content. But so I kind of, but seeing all the fire that's come back, like I think it wasn't until like my 4th event that I'd attended until I even saw a choke. So I knew that levels were back. So I signed up for Academy thinking, you know what, I want to give this a try. I've been writing what I think are bad bars for fun and just silly little multis, and people seem to find them funny. So let's see how I do in a competitive setting. And then Prem announced the partnership with iBattle. So the winner of this tournament's actually getting flown out for an iBattle debut as well as the Academy thing. So obviously, shout out to Lexicist and all the incredible stuff they're doing.
Lex,
fire.
Yeah, Lex is dope. iBattle, that's quite a light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak.
But they also didn't restrict it just to new battlers this year. So it's not just like newcomers and low carders. There's a lot of very established faces and a lot of
Bard is in there and Yaneth, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, exactly. So there are. Nice. So as soon as I saw the name of people that had dropped and it was just full of some absolute killers, I was like, well, I've got to do something to make them care about me. So I started going needlessly hard on the promo. I've been releasing like short films on Twitter.
It's really funny
for the last 2. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Really
I think you in particular will appreciate the next one I'm filming because you have directly inspired it. I'm saying nothing else.
That's there's a lot of flags going up in my mind right now. Oh, what?
You'll immediately get it. Don't worry.
Okay. That's amazing. Obviously, I think promo is a big part of it, and it honestly feels like maybe it even added pressure because a lot of people got to know you and your personality through Twitter, and that you're a cool dude and you make cool promo only adds to that mystique. How's he gonna do in the ring? Did you feel like there was extra pressure because people sort of like had an idea of you before they'd seen you?
People told me there was extra pressure. I think I was okay just because I intended to meet it. Like, I think if I thought I was going to be bad, I wouldn't have done the promo. I would have just turned up and been bad and hoped they'd forget me.
Right. You kind of like, it's a confidence thing. Super impressive though. And we're just really glad that you were great. Apparently that's what I'm hearing, but maybe we should just get into it. Let's hash it out. What's going on here? I don't even know if I have an updated card because I know that 15 battles, some things go wrong. I know that just from my own experience.
So I don't know. Like, I know the card changed a couple of times. First of all, I just want to say we only had 3 dropouts in total out of a pool of 30 battlers, which is astonishing. And 2 of those battlers gave notice, so we had 2 replacements already prepared. Only 1 battler no-showed on the day, which, again, out of a pool of 30, I think is incredible.
That's crazy.
I don't think I've ever been to a battle where there wasn't at least, if not a no-show, at least a card rescheduled or a battle that doesn't go ahead. So for that to happen on an Academy card where it's all like newcomers and nerves are flaring, and that's astonishing.
So let's start off with Free Will versus Captain Dank. Captain Dank? Captain Dank. So this is not what's the Dank Schrader? That guy was dope. For a period of time, he was dope.
Yeah. So
I don't know him. It's not the same guy.
Free Will is Will Ross. He's a lovely guy. Absolute loves shit posting. It's absolutely his jam. Loves making little short film, making fun of people. Captain Dank, he's from Scotland. He's one of the smaller leagues.
He's from Scotland.
Yes.
Is it Iron Bars or is it a different league?
I think he's Iron Bars. I know he's had a battle recently on Battlerap Carnage, but I'm assuming he's an Iron Bars guy.
Battlerap Carnage is a fucking name. Let's go.
I'm not as familiar with the Scottish scene as I'd like to be, I will admit. But no, it was an interesting battle. Dank didn't turn up as prepared as I think people would have liked him to, including himself.
Okay.
Will did the cursed thing of alluding to a choke and then immediately doing it. He did he kind of opened his second with a fake choke.
Don't do that.
And then forgot what the bar was to get him out of the fake choke.
Don't do that.
No, like it was that was actually, I guess you could call it the main event, just because it happened last.
Yeah. Oh wow. Oh really? Oh okay. Yeah. I wonder if they did that on purpose. I mean, they have no idea how these battles are going to go.
Like the way they did it is they kind of ran it like clockwork. They ran it in 2 rounds of 60 seconds in blocks of 3 battles at a time. So they just battle, 20-minute break, battle, and Briggsy's a machine. Shout out to Briggsy every time. Premier Battles always runs like clockwork. It's astonishing.
Yeah, event throwing is it's no joke. It's not a walk in the park, and battling at the same events, very very difficult to do. Takes a village. So shouts out to the whole PB team. That's crazy stuff. Will is great. I love Will because I remember him way back when, because this is his second time back. He dabbled a bit before.
Yeah, I think he's done Academy. I don't know if it was 18 or 19, but he has done Academy before.
Yeah, and he's just a good guy, good dude, very funny, great writing. So I was happy to see that he was back, and I guess he took this one easy.
Yeah, I think he took it reasonably easy. Like he was funny as hell. Like he came.
That's great.
Like he came with funny stuff. I don't think originally Will was in. I think Will kind of forgot to sign up. Like originally they posted the card for Academy, and Will just went, "Oh, that's a shame. I missed sign up." And Briggsy just kind of went, "Do you want to battle?" So just added him. So
why not? Amazing. Yeah. Well, good for him because that's dope. And I was sad when he left, when he stopped doing it. Looking forward to that. That's going to be dope. Let's. I think your battle's next, so we'll just talk about it. Who is Mellow D? Is he? Big
Mellow D is he's a Scottish battler again. He is an Iron Bars guy, and he's one of their real big up and comers. Shout out to Iron Bars.
Shouts out Mackenzie, all those guys. For real.
So I recommend checking out his battle with he's done 1 on beat and then I want to say 3 a cappella. He's solid on beat. His a cappella stuff. Nice. His most recent battle against Crohn's is really good. I think he's got a lot of potential. They haven't announced who's qualified and who's been picked for each team yet, but honestly, I'd be very surprised if he wasn't picked. I thought he was really good.
Just like that. Yeah. Hey, was he just? What's his style? His style's more like a rapper.
Kind of like he's very. He's got a very good flow. He is more of a rapper, but he's got very good jokes. His research game is very good. Like you say, you haven't heard of Peterborough. Not many people have, and he was coming at me with references I'm pretty sure only me and some of the other East Anglian guys in the crowd would get. So his research game is very good. He's very good at crafting like wordplay. I've really enjoyed him.
East Anglia is Peterborough?
East Anglia is kind of covers Peterborough, Cambridge.
East Anglia is a place. Yeah, and that's why the league is called Beast Anglia.
Exactly, yeah. Beast Anglia showed up in force. There's I want to say there's 4 or 5 guys on this card that are Beast Anglia.
Okay, so that's okay. I'm putting it together now. I apologize for my North American brain, but
like I say, we've got so many districts and pretty much a league for every district, so it's easy to get.
Let's go. Dub Scandal taking over. Yo, yeah. So good for him. You did well. Like people are talking about how well you did, and I think that's especially for your first battle, it's gotta feel dope.
It was good. I think a lot of the promo kind of helped to build the expectation for me because like people popped when my battle was announced, which was wild.
Yeah, laying the groundwork. Yeah, it's important.
So I feel like a lot of people were vibing with me. I think people wanted me to be good, and then they were surprised when I not surprised, but I think they were surprised that I met the expectation I'd set for myself. Really, I think.
I mean, we're used to being disappointed. We're thinking this guy's going to be great at promo, and he's going to Anderson Burris us and get mopped up by Swave. But I mean, yeah, that's rare too. It's also it's good to be somewhat realistic about people having their first battle. I think that's just natural.
Yeah, I started calling myself Anderson Peterborough in the build-up. I thought that was just
That's
But
funny.
no, it was fantastic. It was obviously there's things that I know I need to work on. There's things that I'm hoping other people will tell me I need to work on. But I'm eager to learn. Like it did feel like people were vibing with all the jokes and stuff
That's
I'd
dope.
written, and like it's so weird in your first battle when a line that you think is filler just to kind of get to the actual punch, and then they pop on the filler. It's like,
Yeah.
do I rewind? Do I just
Yeah.
kind of do I do the last one as a punch? So no, there's nothing like being in the pit, man. I'm so glad I've done it.
Amazing. That's so dope. Yeah, no, I mean, I think that the thing is too, once you have sort of an idea of how to write and how to prepare, then all the other stuff comes with time. Like it just, you get more and more comfortable and you're able to focus on more and more things. And then it's just, yeah, it's good that you can just jump in like that, because I mean, I think that's the thing too, with a lot of people who are, you know, trying out and in this academy, probably, it's like a question of what do I create? And that's like the hardest question. If you know what you're creating, then all the other stuff sort of just falls in line.
Yeah, for sure.
Very cool. Excited to see that. Let's get that going. When do these drop? Do you know?
I think one of them's just dropped. I think because they're trying to make a very big push to get things on a Patreon rather than a standard pay-per-view model. I think they're kind of slowly drip feeding them. All of Academy stuff's going to be at the lower end of the Patreon, and then mid-tier from like lower card events or like mid-card battles, some big events are going to be on mid-tier, and then if you go to the highest tier, you just get all content that Prem produces. So they've released one Academy battle today because again, Briggsy's a machine. He's already got the VODs edited.
Right.
And Crow versus Celesta from the last undisclosed event we ran, which is a fire battle, which I recommend checking out.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, check out both those guys. Yeah, so it's what did he release?
King versus Blunt Ted.
Nice, amazing. We'll talk about that one. I've heard a lot about it. But yeah, shouts out to the Patreon. Go support UK Battlerap. Shut them out, and support them with your money. Money is everything. TKE versus Purple J.
Yeah.
Now I heard Purple J not appear.
Yes, he was our one and only no-show.
Damn.
But luckily we had Joy France in the building. For those who aren't familiar with Joy France, Joy is a lovely, sweet, 60-plus-year-old woman who has been around the poetry scene for years. She did a documentary recently about how she moved on from poetry and wanted to give battle rap a go. And she's been around the scene for time. She's like everyone's nan. Everyone has a lot of time and a lot of love for Joy, but she is a freestyle machine. So they threw her in against. So because we needed a spot filler, they threw her in against TKE, who's this 6.5 foot looking roadman, and there's lovely Joy France. And I will say kudos to TKE because there goes my cam, because it clearly threw him off a little bit, because obviously he's come with a lot of like gun bars and knife bars and talking about smashing people's face, and he's doing it to this lovely sweet old woman.
That's tough.
And who's retorting. I think one of her retorts was something like, what can you do to me? I've gave birth to a 10-pound baby, which is astonishing. So
shouts out to Joy.
But no, the crowd was so supportive. Just everyone wanted everyone to succeed. Like even in the events of chokes and stumbles, there was no heckling.
Right.
People just wanted everyone to get back on track and be their best performance. So
that's dope. Good vibes.
But no, TKE was sick. He's very, a real like rappy rapper. He's like a lot of his bars, like you can tell he's got on beat experience, and he was really good.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, that's good. That's important. Damn, looks like a good crop, man. If people stick around, I think that's the biggest thing is that, guys get interested in it and then have a few battles and then fall off the face of the earth.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously it was only best of 14 will go through to the next round to join Bard and Black Tea, who got picked for a bye as the team captain wildcards. But there were more than 14 people that were worth booking again quite comfortably.
Cool. Very dope. Very good sign for the health of the scene. And shouts out to Joy France and TKE. Fuse versus Will Powers. I don't know either of these guys.
Yeah, again, Fuse was one of the people that gave notice and didn't turn up on the day.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so it was a guy called Anubis who filled in again.
Oh yeah, I know Anubis from
Anubis,
yeah.
he's done a couple. I think he's done a couple don't flop things. I know he definitely did Academy previously. So Anubis turned up on 6 days prep and was incredible for the amount of prep
Amazing.
he did.
Did he do Dub Scandal as well?
I think he did. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
he
think I
was
remember
really
him.
good.
Good for him.
Will had a lot of potential. He was like a big, like really burly looking guy with like long rough hair and like braided beard, like a real like Bruiser Brody looking guy. Like he had
right.
I was talking to him before the battle. Like I don't think he'd been watching battle rap for years. He said he used to watch it back in he used to watch Don't Flop back in like 2015, but he kind of literally just saw that Prem had an academy and signed up for the fun of it. Like
amazing.
He had potential. Like I think he's someone that Prem will look to bring in. I don't know. I couldn't say for certain whether he qualified, but he had something. But he was someone that the nerves of being in the pit really got to. Like he had a quite nasty choke at the start of his second. Like it just took a while for the for the first bar to come to him.
Sure.
But there's something there. I'm not going to say that he was terrible. He did have something there. But I think Anubis, especially with the nod of having so little time to write, was very impressive.
Yeah, very cool, dope, good to hear. Savant versus Maddo, that happened.
Battle of the Night.
Really?
Without question, Battle of the Night. I don't think I've spoken to anyone who disagreed. The staff have already agreed.
Where's Savant from? What's his thing?
Savant's one of the Beast Anglia guys.
There you go.
Is a guy who looks like an extra from Peaky Blinders. He has one very crooked eye, and he's one of the best writers I've ever heard. His pen is lethal.
Amazing.
He's got some couple of battles up on Beast Anglia at the minute. I believe he was a semi-finalist in Academy 20. Again, he's done Academy before, but he's a killer. He's absolutely incredible. I'm a massive fan of his.
Okay.
Maddo is a Dub Scandal guy, and
right. That's where I remember him from.
Like I have a lot of time for Maddo. I think he's awesome, but again, Maddo has a glass eye, so nothing but like eye bars back and forth between the two of them, and still not managing to tread on any ground. Probably,
nice.
You can tell these are bars they probably have written like as pre-battles for themselves that they got to turn on someone else.
Right.
But it was incredible. It was such a good fight, and it was like everyone kind of expected Savant to be good, and he was better than people's expectations. I think people thought Maddo would have bars, but weren't really sure if he'd qualify. And he came with the fire in the belly. He was astonishing. Like
amazing.
What an absolute clash. So that'll be dropping on the YouTube at some point, and I definitely recommend copying that.
Okay, damn. Battle of the Night. Shouts out to both those guys. I want to do some more research on Savant. That sounds really dope. Damn. Pest versus Grandiose. Did that happen?
It did, yeah. I like Pest. I think Pest has Pest has been going for a while. I believe he's 7-0 at the moment, or so his Twitter
claims. Jesus.
Yeah, I think he goes. I know he did. He kind of destroyed Captain Dank recently at Battlerap Carnage. But I know he does a lot of small leagues.
What is this Battlerap Carnage League that I've never heard of? This is a Scottish league?
No, I think it's like a small startup league that just appeared out of nowhere in Carlisle last year.
Carlisle, not Carlisle.
Yeah. But shout out to them. But no, Pest is good. Pest is again, like you can tell he's from a rap background. He comes with really violent directed bars, and Grandiose was a tryout and didn't really have much online to my knowledge. So for Pest to write stuff as hard hitting as he did was really impressive. I think the thing with Prem, especially with the mood that had been set by that, I think people were kind of in the mood more for jokes. So I don't think Pest got as much of a reaction as he A would have liked and B deserved, quite frankly, because I thought he was fire.
Yeah.
But yeah, he came up to me. Pest, you can tell he's super focused. Like he spent a lot of the time pretty much in the corner, just running through his bars. And just before he went up to me, he came up to me and he went, "Yo, you were fire, but you're gonna see something special." Which for Pest, I'm pretty sure is the closest thing to a compliment he gives people. So I was pleased with that.
Damn.
But
damn, intensity.
Pest was sick. I'd be very surprised, honestly, if he doesn't get picked. If he does,
Okay.
Grandiose was new. I think he's very new to Battlerap. He came across. I'm trying to be nice. I'll say this, but like,
sure.
I don't think he'll qualify. His stage presence was really good. He felt very comfortable in the pit.
Sometimes that's all it takes. I mean,
but I don't feel like his writing was very ambitious. I think if he took some time to study multis a bit more, worked a bit on his angle, there's something there. He's someone where if Academy wasn't so competitive this year, he'd be in the conversation of being like clay you could mold. But at the moment, he was working with a lot of monosyllabics and a lot of quite obvious punches.
It was a big contrast for Pest.
But he got laughs. Like a lot of the things he came, saying that Pest named himself after a mild irritation. Like a lot of the angles he took were reacting and were getting pops. So there's something there to work on, definitely. Whether he qualifies remains. I don't think he will, but I wouldn't be surprised if Briggsy has told him to either hone his craft in another league or try Academy next year. But yeah, that's a good battle, I think. A pretty decent battle.
Very good. I'm sorry, I'm having technical difficulties.
No worries. You seem fine my end for what it's worth. I don't know.
Okay.
I assume the stream's working fine.
This is a little new to me, but I'll figure it out. Shouts out to Pest. And yeah, you hope that somebody like Grandiose sticks with it, because I think
for sure.
These guys there's all sorts of guys who have one side of the thing and they have to learn the other side. And I know specifically from where I'm at, I know a lot of guys on both sides of that. But the guys who can really write who can't really perform, it's just sort of like it's the other end of the spectrum. And you got to be able to perform. Like I always say that the greatest performing battle rappers, the greatest writing battle rappers of all time are varying degrees of success, and the greatest performers of all time are all top tier. They're all like the guys that you pay to see. So yeah, being comfortable in the ring, that's stuff that, I don't know, very valuable for a rookie. We'll see what happens. Shouts out to both those guys. Let's talk about it. Blunt Ted versus King.
Well, this is available on patreon.com/Premier Battles for £3.50 a month.
Sell that shit.
Car crash battle, and we love them.
Amazing.
Blunt Ted has a history in the UK scene, and
small history, making classics,
and a history of allegedly not getting on particularly well with Koj, who's one of the Academy coaches.
That's new to me. Where did that come from?
No one knows, including Koj.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Fair enough. Blunt Ted's sort of like in the middle of, I think you can see him in the middle of or in the background of all of the, like a really controversial, like King of the Ronalds battles, and like all the
one,
all the ones that go viral from the UK. It's
Blunt Ted has a history. Like he's always been sound to me, but yeah, he's one of the King of the Ronalds OGs, is my understanding. So yeah, he came into this, I think on some level he didn't expect to qualify. So he came with a very interesting angle of I'm trying to think of how to describe it, because his angle was to kind of direct the round at Koj and then say that Koj was such a shit coach that he deserved King. And it was one of those like proper battle rap shittery moments that you just kind of go, you know what? You did it. It's on film. That's going to get eyes and clicks. Sure.
Stays relevant.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be a battle that gets talked about in the ongoing Blunt Ted legacy for sure.
How did King do? Because I think that's really what's important. If we can take something away from it.
Honestly, if we're talking performance of the night, King's probably second.
Damn, like that.
I thought King was astonishing. He's only 3 battles deep. This was his 3rd. He was meant to be in Academy 20, but he lives in Ipswich, which is a nightmare to get to Manchester from. It's so needlessly expensive, and But yeah, so he was actually meant to go up against Slester, of all people, who won the Academy 20 in their qualifier, but he couldn't make it because of travel problems, I think.
Oh, devastating.
But he's a really good musician. He's had he was in the Process tournament that No Loose Chat did recently. He did a Don't Flop event, which I don't know is on the channel yet. But this was his third battle, and from what I've seen of King, I've been saying for a while that he's probably the dark horse for this tournament. I think a lot of people were kind of sleeping on him, and he proved it to everyone, but he proved me wrong as well because he was so much better than I expected him to be. He was absolutely incredible.
Damn, high praise.
Real fire, really aggressive, really confident delivery, really comfortable in the pit. Honestly, one to watch for in the Academy, top to bottom.
Okay, shit. Keep an eye on King. Damn, very interesting.
And that's available now to watch, so go do that.
It's quite an endorsement. Definitely check that out. Premier Battles, search them online. They're everywhere. Ghast Time versus Yaneth. Now, Yaneth is the dude. Ghast Time, look, I'm falling apart here. Ghast Time, I think I saw him versus Caveman.
Yes, yeah.
Nice. Okay, so I have an idea of who Ghast Time is. He's a rapper. He's reminds me of DARPA. That's what I said.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Terrible comparison. No.
Yeah, that's fair. I'd say that's very fair.
Right, and then Yaneth is Yaneth. Everybody who's watching this knows who Yaneth is.
Yeah, so Premier Battles have just dropped the Yaneth roast on their channel today, which I definitely recommend. Yaneth was booked to face Briggsy at Undisclosed 5, and it turned into something very different and very entertaining. And I'll say nothing more to avoid spoiling it for people that absolutely should watch it. If they have any investment in Premier or Yaneth or UK Battlerap as a whole, it's an experience. But again, that was only two weeks ago. So I think Yaneth was very focused on the Briggsy battle and didn't really... Again, because a lot of people on this Academy list we knew were okay and had a chance of qualifying, and then came with some absolutely incredible material and performance value. I think Yaneth kind of assumed that he was good enough to qualify, because based on his recent performances, I think a lot of people have said that Yaneth is quite comfortably in the running to win the tournament, especially in his most recent battle against Briggsy. He's really finding his feet as a battler.
Sure.
But I think he kind of came into this one thinking, you know what, I only need to be better than like 10 other people.
Right.
I can do that. So, but Yaneth will say all this himself. He'll say it was quite a disappointing performance from him. But he was funny. He had moments, but his angles weren't as polished, as refined, as good as we know that Yaneth can be from what we've seen of him recently. Ghast Time was solid. I think if we're watching it back, I would probably give Ghast Time the win.
Nice, good for him.
Yeah, he's a solid, competent writer. Again, I think he's one of those battlers where, because Prem were already booking him, he doesn't necessarily need the Academy, but he does need something. I think under someone like Bizzo or Koj, he could become a problem. But
because these guys are choosing guys, and normally, I mean, it's not normally how it happens, is it? I think this is just a recent development with Academy, is that you have two captains and you're choosing.
There have been captains before. I don't think they did it. I don't think they did it last year, just because of last year being in the state it was. But it's my understanding that historically there have been team.
Yeah, captains. I remember LS Dean was a team captain at some point.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're choosing guys who, under a strict rule have never battled before. But in this one, there is that sort of, well, even if Yaneth doesn't do well, I know he's done well. And if I coach him right, then it's possible that, he could be really valuable to me as a battler moving forward. But yeah, I mean, if he undervalued the competition, then there may just be more choices out there.
And again, I think that's a lot of kind of the mentality that I think the coaches and Briggsy are looking at this, in the case of, well, Yaneth's already getting booked. If Yaneth wants advice, he'll just ask us. Whereas there's guys that could probably benefit from being in Academy specifically. So I think realistically, if it was me, which it isn't because I'm woefully underqualified, but if it was me, I think I'd probably look more for people that have something to refine. Like if someone was showing potential Like, I think I would pick them over someone like Yaneth, where it was like, yeah, we know he can be good, but he had an off day, and we've got to go by the day. We've got to go by who wanted to be in academy.
True. Yeah, that's a good point. And it's better for the scene. That's dope.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I love all of this. This stuff is just beautiful. I mean,
it's incredible. It just injects like so much lifeblood, and especially because a lot of guys that have gone through academy, they're now premier backbone. Bizzo did academy, you know, and
right.
he's our reigning champ.
Sure. Did did Aker do academy? I don't think so.
I don't think he did. No.
And Frost didn't do academy.
No, Frost did. I think Frost did
the academy.
Yeah, Frost did academy. A lot of our up and coming guys did academy.
Frost is the goat. Frost is my guy. Okay, another one I really wanted to get to was Tatum versus Title. Again, Title's somebody who's been around. He's not new to this. In fact, he might be the most seasoned on the card. No, I would say Bard is probably in Academy. Bard has had the most battles, but Title's right up there.
Absolutely, yeah. I think Tidal was like a name that people would just look at on the card and go, yeah, he's qualifying. We know he's qualifying. Sure. And he absolutely is. I'm certain of it. He was fire. He came with some really good stuff.
Amazing. Good for him.
He did have a battle with Crow recently where I was kind of like, I'm not sure what kind of angle or persona you're going for.
I love that battle.
It is great. I think the thing with Tidal is sometimes there's a kind of like a almost like an emergency break where he'll go from like self-deprecatingly ugly to unironic gun boss. But
it's tough transition to make.
He's a phenomenal writer, and he was fantastic. And I mean, he has posted this publicly, so I'm hoping he doesn't mind me saying this. But absolute shout out to him for his performance given some circumstances. He actually had a very severe personal tragedy within a day of the battle, and I think Will said he was considering like not turning up the day before, and then he did, told no one about it, smashed it, and then after the battle like posted it on social. So salute to him for that. That's some resilience.
Yeah, that's champion stuff. And I mean that's crazy. I mean, condolences to Tidal and for his stuff. But I just made a mess of that.
Yes. No, it was a good battle. Tatum came with a lot of Tatum's one of the Beast Anglia guys. Shout out Tatum. He came with like some really funny material, like some
cool.
Some prop shittery. Like he was doing like a WWE tables, ladders, chairs scheme, and to prove it, he was pulling out the actual props, like little toy versions of the TLC, and throwing them down. Like, all right. And I think like Kick Nelly was saying that he had to buy them separately. Like there was no TLC bundle, so he had to go out and buy like 50 quid's worth of action figures.
TLC, I don't know what's going on.
Tables, ladders, and chairs. Like it's a wrestling match type.
Oh, it's a thing.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So he spent a lot of money invested in this.
He spent a lot of money on some props that he smashed on the floor. Absolutely worth it.
Man, because sometimes you gotta spend money to. I don't know how that works, but yeah,
long-term investment.
Great. I'm not against props. Obviously, my history, I'm very much in favor of fucking around. And that's cool. I'm excited to see that because I'm a fan of Tidal, and I've never heard of Tatum before. But shouts out to Beast Anglia having a bunch of talent developing that's showing up here on the Academy.
BA turned up in force. Like I don't think there was a single Beast Anglia battler that I would be surprised, didn't make it. I think they all will. I think every single Beast Anglia battle will make a team.
Yeah, amazing. Well, I mean, that leads us to our next match is Kick Nelly, the young Nelly in one. Check out Kick Nelly versus Whispers. That's my shit. But battling Bobby Hanzo. I don't know who that is either.
Bobby was another dropout, but he dropped out some time ago. He's a Manchester musician. He's very good. He's had a debut on Premier Battles. He battled Max Sherry. Bobby was someone that I was actually really looking forward to Academy, because he was someone that I felt like Academy was perfect for. Like, you can tell he's got bars, he's got raw potential. I don't, obviously it's not my place to ask, but I'm under the impression there was a very good reason that he couldn't make Academy. But he's someone that I would absolutely, I'm under no illusion that Prem will give him the time of day going forward, because he's got so much potential, and he on beat, on his music on Spotify, I think he's fire. So but you could tell in the battle with Max Sherry, like, the difference between like a musician and a battler, it was quite clear. So I think Academy would have been great for him, but regrettably he had reasons for not doing it. So replacing him was head of Premier Battle Media Services Rick Charles.
Oh way, yeah. Shouts out to Rick Charles.
Yeah, so he just kind of he stepped in, and it was just good old fashioned Rick Charles shittery.
Amazing.
Just making a big laugh of the whole thing. Like, chokes, stumbles, material was kind of all over the place in places, but everyone had a good laugh. Very
amazing
battle. Kick was absolutely astonishing, as always.
Cool.
Came with some again with the short prep, and given all the running stuff for BA and all the other stuff that Kick has juggling, in his personal life as well.
Super impressive.
Astonishing performance. Like, came with some really well-tailored, well-constructed angles for Rick and Rick's previous jobs, and absolutely a battle to watch, I'd say.
Amazing. Good shit. That's dope. I love that guy. ScoMo Battle Scam. ScoMo, the legend. ScoMo, the great.
Yeah.
ScoMo.
Love a bit of ScoMo. So, obviously, for those who aren't familiar with our good friend Scott Moore, ScoMo is a very young, very eager, very passionate young man from Ireland who is very involved in the politics scene and also very involved in the battle rap scene. And when when he is single-minded on a thing, he is absolutely on it. And he sometimes he can be overbearing. I'm sure he'll admit that, because he's there's no chill with ScoMo. It's 100%. There's no chill whatsoever. He rides the spectrum he's on like a surfboard, and he's phenomenal. He's killing it. Huge fan. Absolutely incredible. And to his credit, he always puts his money on where his mouth is. Like, if someone tells him to put money on a battle he's in, he'll do it. He's always happy to take any challenge. Check out his battle against Tech on Rap is Full. That's great shit. So obviously a lot of people were kind of coming into this thinking, yeah, ScoMo will be all right. ScoMo will be a bit of a laugh. Mate, genuine performance of the night. Amazing. Absolutely incredible performance. His writing was on point. He toned down a lot of the overbearingness, so he wasn't. Oh, really? He wasn't getting like overly, excitable and putting himself off his bar. His flow was on point. His bars were landing. Damn. He did probably the best rebuttal of the night. Quite comfortably. Damn. He was cooking. Absolutely astonishing performance. There is no question in anyone's mind that ScoMo's making a team. Let's go. That's amazing. That's amazing news. Because, you see that guy and it's like, damn, this is like crack. This guy's fucking going. I'm watching him like edge of my seat shit. This guy's feeding me his energy through the screen. And obviously it's just this raw, unchained, unrestrained energy that you're watching. And a lot of people, that's hard on them. But for me, because I fucking love that about battle rap, and I love that about newcomers to battle rap, is just seeing this like crazy untamed ideas just out in the wild, and he's like shouting them, and to hear that he's sort of reined that in a bit and like he's more weaponizing it, I think is really dangerous. Yeah, even Yaneth, who's like can be a bit of a ScoMo critic at times, is standing behind me going like, I can't believe I'm enjoying a ScoMo battle. When did ScoMo get good? Like, genuinely a breakout performance for him. Like, ScoMo and Mado were the two people that I think kind of just blew people away in terms of surpassing expectations. That's not again, it was Battle of the Night, so not to take away from Savant, but people knew Savant was great. But I think Mado and ScoMo are actually in the conversation for potential winners of this whole thing, without question. And Scam, he did okay. He did his thing. Scam. I'll admit Scam wasn't great, and I think Scam will admit that too. He did have a lot of quite bad stumbles, and his material
It's
wasn't
tough.
really hitting with the crowd. It was a lot of a lot of like attacking ScoMo, for the autism stuff, but it wasn't really an
That's too bad.
angle like the fact that him having autism was the punchline of the bar, so it wasn't really hitting. It wasn't. I mean, I've seen Scam do better. Like Scam's all right. He can have bars on occasion, but I think even Scam will admit it wasn't a good day for him really.
Sometimes,
They happen.
sure. Sometimes you're the ScoMo, sometimes you're the Scam. Kingsley Thunder, which is quite a name, versus Illiterate, which is also quite a mouthful.
Yeah, this was. I think this was the first battle of the night where both of them were first timers. I don't think either of them have battled before. I may be wrong. I think maybe Kingsley may have had a battle somewhere, but I don't know where. But
so you just call him Kingsley. Like,
yeah,
who's calling him Thunder?
Cool. But no, Kingsley had a lot of potential. He took a bit of time to get cooking, but no, his second, I think, was really winning the crowd over once he found his feet. Same for Illiterate. I think they both kind of, the pit anxiety kind of got to them in the first, and they got more comfortable as it went on. But
sure.
I think I couldn't say for certain if either of them will get picked. If any of them do, I think Kingsley will. I think he's more Kojay's vibe. Yeah, like I'm trying to look at it from the perspective of if I was guessing what the coaches were picking, I think Bizzo's going for people that could use help with their writing, and Kojay's going for people that could use help with their performance, or at least can push them up a notch.
Right.
And I think that if Kojay can like mold Kingsley into having a bit more confidence in the pit, I think he'll be like a potential good hand going forward.
Amazing. Okay, yeah, no, that seems smart. If you're a coach and you know what your strengths are and what you could potentially impart to these sort of beginner level guys, that's cool. That's a cool strategy. Yeah, I'm really interested to see the teams. When did they get announced?
They said this week. They've not given a definitive date, but they did say it would be this week.
Cool. Keep an eye on all the socials for Premier Battles for that.
Yeah, they have already decided the teams, and I think they've actually decided the matchups for the next round already.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, it's not being announced until later on.
Exciting. Dale CA. Dale CA? What am I saying this right?
Yep.
And Dills.
Dills, yep.
Is it Dills? Or is it
I think it's Dills. I think that might be a patented Briggsy typo on the poster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is Dills, DYLZ.
Typos happen. Dills. What's the Dills with Dills?
Yeah, so Dills, again, someone that I think he's had a battle before. It was his first battle on Prem. I think he's had a battle on Don't Flop. I think he was the person that King fought on Don't Flop. So he is, again, a reasonably new person. Yeah, he had some okay material. He's someone that I think, he's a bit rough around the edges at the minute, but he'll find his feet eventually. Like he clearly wants it. He's not someone that's come in to take the piss and not taking it, semi-seriously. Dale is a Beast Anglia guy. This was actually the first battle of the night, and like I don't think anyone really wanted to be first, but Dale kind of went into it with a lot of energy, a really confident, comfortable performance from Dale. Again, someone that I wouldn't. If you had to ask me at gunpoint, I'd say he'll make a team. Absolutely.
Is he from California? What's his thing? What's the CA about?
I have no idea. Quite frankly, like I know he used to be called That Rapper Dale, and I think the Dale CA thing is a new thing, but I have no idea what it stands for.
Sometimes you gotta, move your shit around before you find your shit. As I have so eloquently said many a time. Dale versus Dills. Okay, cool. Good luck to both those guys going forward. Very exciting. Look out for that on YouTube. Now, I know Robin HD. Speaking of having 2 extra letters added to the end of your name, yep. Robin High Definition from Premier. I think from other leagues, maybe. Yes, I think it's just Prem, right?
Yeah, he's the last of our Beast Anglia guys.
He's Beast Anglia guy. Okay, cool.
Yeah, he was in Academy last year. He was one of the the people in Academy last year who tried.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah, no, Robin's really started finding his own recently. Like a lot
Great.
of it is kind of, I think because he started very young and he's kind of got a reputation where he kind of, I think he like spat some bars at like some bar event thing and he borrowed like an entire 16.
Oh, he remixed somebody's shit. And they were like, yo, you can't steal that shit. And he's like, I didn't fucking steal this shit. I remixed the shit. And they're like, this guy's fucking stealing shit. Oh, okay. He's like 19, right?
Yeah, I think he was like
super young.
I think he was like 16 when that happened.
Oh,
and
wow.
That was years and years ago. So he's really started to find his own as kind of like,
cool.
Kind of owning the rappers, the guy who bit things and the guy who's just kind of the bit silly posh lad
everything.
Like, amazing. And he's really finding his own like as a comedy rapper. His jokes and his performance are starting to really land right now. XLD, I think this was his second battle. Again, he battled on Battlerap Carnage in Carlisle.
Battlerap Carnage, that's the shit.
Which was his first battle. So it was an early battle for him. So he's still kind of finding his feet and his style. He looks like he's comfortable in a pit. Like he is a big guy, and he does use that physicality to his advantage. But again, someone that I think if he took a bit of time, like on the pen or the performance, he could, he'd have potential. But just in terms of comfort in the pit and comfort material and finding the character, it felt quite comfortable in Robin's favor.
Yeah, I'm seeing here Battlerap Carnage. They've got 4 battles up.
Yep.
Where are they based out of? Do you know?
Carlisle, I think it's in. My geography's been terrible, and I'm going to get crucified for this. I think it's in Wales. It's definitely near me, down the southwest way.
Oh wow! Okay, yeah. Wow. Okay, I'm looking at a map right now, and I can see everything. You're really as far away from Manchester as London. You're like really out there. Oh no, sorry. Yeah. Ipswich is really out there. Where are you?
Bristol, which is right down in the southwest.
Still very far away, but that's nice, right? You're right by Wales, and
yes.
Yeah, and I'm yeah. Okay, cool. I've got it sort of in my head now. Great. Good for them. I've subscribed. I'm checking the shit out. Let's go. More leagues, more fun, as far as I'm concerned. And then the last battle of the night is Kupar versus Jim Bob Gnarly. So Jim Bob Gnarly that's going to go on the list of great names in battle rap. If I have to put that on the list right now, if it's not. But Jim Bob Gnarly, this is also not his first battle.
No, I believe this is his third or fourth. I think he's had a couple on Don't Flop. He had one on Prem last year at one of the undisclosed events. So this was kind of a comeback for him. And again, he's someone that really will benefit from Academy. So because he's someone that kind of, you could tell that he cared about it, and he had bars, but he didn't really have the presence in his previous battles. And I will say, I went into this thinking this was going to be quite a comfortable win for Kupar. Even Kupar before the battle was saying, I'm really struggling to write for this because I find Jim Bob really boring. But no, Jim Bob, the improvement from his last battle to yesterday was phenomenal.
Amazing.
Really impressive improvement. He's really starting to find his way. Like his jokes were landing, his angles were tailored. He was, I think, like a good performance just in terms of how much it surprised me for his improvement. So he's someone I will expect to make a team just because he's shown that commitment to improving, that he is taking the Academy this seriously. So fair play to him.
Yeah, that's dope. And that's the cool sort of thing about this situation is that none of these battles are judged. Am I right?
Yeah, that no battles were judged on the day.
So you can really be like, oh, yo, I fucking, like you said, I've got a good battle. We're both going to go through.
I think so. Yeah, exactly. Like, again, Savant Mado, both will go through without question.
So how did Kupar do? I always feel weird saying that. Like Kupar? Yeah. I'm American. Kupar?
Yeah, Kupar. It doesn't quite roll off the tongue, does it? No.
I'm going to say it like that every time. How did Kupar do?
Yeah, Kupar, last year's Academy finalist, had a really regrettable choke in the third round.
Right, I remember that.
It was a terrible, terrible shame.
I watched that.
But he's come into it with fire. Like, he's taking Academy very seriously, as we all knew he would. He was a standout performance. He was fantastic. He's very comfortable. absolutely shameless with his material.
Amazing.
For those who are familiar with what
Yeah.
Kupar's thing is currently.
Sure, you have to be able to do that to stand out, and you know, I respect it a ton, obviously, but that's dope because yeah, he looked like he has lots of potential.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, another very comfy pick to qualify. And
Cool.
again, Jim Bob I think will qualify as well. So it was just a good battle. It was a very good back and forth, and I think it was a better back and forth than Kupar was expecting.
Amazing.
Like you could tell he really stepped it up in his second because Jim Bob came back with such fire.
Right. Amazing. Amazing. I love that. So the whole event was like very
Absolutely.
successful.
Like, an incredible vibe. There's like the fact that many battles happened in the time we had is in itself astonishing. Like,
Yeah.
salute to Brent. And also something I haven't mentioned yet, Bobby Rex did a phenomenal job hosting.
Amazing.
I'm sure anyone watching will agree. Shout out Bobby, and
Shouts out to the goat.
even in the lead up to this, Bobby has been fantastic. He's been messaging people. He's been an absolute pillar to all of us newcomers, and you can tell how passionate he is about Academy. He really wants us to do well.
Cool. It's nice because he was talking about making that his thing and how, you know, he was going to step back from battling and really focus on. And it's dope that you can feel that like coming into it.
Yeah, I don't think he's stepping. I think he's just going to do both. It's Bobby Rex. He's got the energy for both.
Fair enough. Yeah, but definitely a very natural guy who you would assume is very comfortable hosting, especially, you know, that type of event.
He just added to the vibe so much. Like, he was making jokes in between the intro rounds. Like,
that's huge.
Like, you know what it's like when you're trying to get a crowd to hold it down before you start filming. It's like, you know, everyone's doing the shouting thing and no one's reacting. And Bobby would just make an offhand comment or a joke, and everyone would laugh, and then it would die down. It was like, just as soon as Bobby made that joke, you knew that they were ready to go. It was like magic. It was like magic.
Next level shit. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. I've been to events where the promoter is like, or the organizers are so stressed out about the event that it's like it gets into everybody's vibe, and that kills things. And yeah, just having people who are very knowledgeable, very comfortable throwing and running events keeps the vibe, like keeps things, you know, in the right frame of entertainment and enjoyableness to be received by the audience. Wow, look at the massacre of the sentence I'm making here. But yeah, we all know what I'm talking about. You know, English, man, right? Yeah, I mean, who uses it? Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on. But yeah, that sounds really dope. How many of these events, these premiere events, have you been to this year?
This year I've been to God, how many have there been this year? Like, I know I've been to like 6 in the last year.
There's the undisclosed, there's the rebuild, there's this, and then there's the no loose chat event that happened as well.
Yes. Yeah, like February was a packed month. I think there was just like, other than the 12th, there was just an event every weekend. There was rivalry for no loose chat. Then there was a week off. Then
rebuild there was rivalry, right?
Yeah. Then there was undisclosed. Then there was rebuild. Then there was academy. So
right.
Jesus. Yeah. So people have got March to rest, and then we're straight back in for absolute. Like, we're already taking bookings for the next undisclosed.
Let's go. Night of main events. Let's go. Very exciting. What about you? I mean, when do you hear, I guess, the same time as us, sometime this week?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah. Very cool. Damn. Amazing stuff. Like, really, there's a lot going on in the UK scene, and it's really great to see that there's a lot of momentum, and it seems like there's a lot of attention and positive stuff, as opposed to...
there's something for everyone in the UK right now. Like, it seems like every league has really had a fire lit on it. Like, No Loose Chat are doing fantastic things in London. Sure. They've got their own vibe and style and crowd going on. Premier are doing fantastic in London. Don't Flop have recently relocated to here in Bristol, but they're running cities all over as well, and they're trying to go back to kind of the way things used to be in the early days of Don't Flop, where kind of every event kind of has its own thing. Like, they ran an event yesterday as well, where it was half on beat, half a cappella.
Right.
April Fools is coming back, which
right.
curating.
Cool. Oh wow.
And shout out to Rappers Fall as well, because I want to give a lot of love to the Irish battle leagues as well, because they're producing talent like an assembly line. Some of the Irish Johns are doing incredible stuff. So they had an on-beat birthday bash yesterday as well.
True.
Which, from all accounts, did fantastic. So please check that out as well when it drops, because it sounds phenomenal.
Shouts out to Subrime and Row B, the guys, the boys in Ireland and Northern Ireland.
I saw the line change. You got swapped to Wikipedia.
Yeah, we know what's up. But yeah, really, really strong, really dope to see, and really appreciate you coming and breaking things down for everybody.
Oh, absolute pleasure, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, 1000%. And we'll tap in soon. I'm sure there will be more events. Definitely check out Premier Battles on Twitter and on YouTube, and check out their Patreon. Again, we'll be posting this on the forum. It'll be everywhere. We'll be on Twitter. We'll be everywhere. Thanks everybody for tuning in this week. I'm your host Copacetic, and this is my guy Ghast Buff. And you can follow him on Twitter. Where's your Twitter? What's your Twitter?
That is Twitter at Ghast Buff. An impeccable rap name, I know.
How is there not already a Ghast Buff, right?
No, right?
Man, you lucked out. It's amazing. Okay. Thanks again, dude. And we'll catch you next time. Bye.
Absolute pleasure. Take care, man.